All right, so this is a suggestion via Discord. The name of the video is, if it wasn't caught on camera, no one would believe it. We'll see.
Hello everyone! Have you ever seen level 99 Composure and a battle between a sea turtle and a blowfish? Or a racer driving through a track with sharp turns without a steering wheel? Of course you haven't, because that's what you have brain time for. Get comfortable and enjoy an epic selection that will blow your mind. Let's go!
Alright, let's go.
Be careful, it's going to be hot in here right now. You might think that these are chutes from some Fallout, but in fact, this is what military exercises look like in real life. And testing the power of flamethrowers is certainly a hell of a spectacular part of it.
Oh,
It's easier to believe that this is some kind of prank, and somewhere nearby there is a man on a crane with a bucket of water, than to believe that such rain really happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't believe it. There's no chance. Like one singular
But at this point in the video, it's clearly visible that there is no one on top, so it seems that there really was a leak in the sky. Seriously, such spot rain is indeed possible, but only under very unique natural circumstances. One of them is flat, calm sea. It's because of it that water jets don't fall along an inclined trajectory, as is usually the case. If you wanted to know what barbershops
that was an incredibly intriguing one. I've never seen anything like it.
look like in the animal world, then here is the answer to your question. Look, that lucky goat is attended by 2 barbers at once. However, they never finished their work. Apparently, the crows just needed some fluff to insulate the nest. Number 23. This isn't exactly Silent Hill, of course.
Wow, it's just an extremely foggy day.
But there is something to be afraid of here too. Although we're sure that the pilots who were landing the plane in such weather conditions were much more frightened than the onlookers who were looking at it from below. Revelation of the day: if you use a drone to shoot a herd of grazing sheep and then speed up the video several times, you'll get something very strange. It looks more like an invasion of a whole horde of some insects or bacteria than a farmer's normal day. They say,
I mean, listen, whenever someone calls anyone a sheep, that just means that just they're followers, let's say. What I just saw was one independent goat moving and everyone else just following.
That you can watch fire and water forever.
Intriguing to
How
see,
about
though.
a burning lake? In fact, it's best to stay away from it.
Gasoline, maybe? Oil? What is it?
Lake Kivu, located on the border between Rwanda and the Congo, is considered one of the most dangerous on the planet. The thing is that several volcanoes are located near Kivu. Due to that, carbon dioxide accumulates at the bottom of the lake, and due to bacteria in the water, gas turns into methane, which turns the reservoir into a true torch.
Whoa.
You don't often see a squirrel in
And that's also incredibly interesting.
winter, and it seems now we understand why. These animals are able to dig tunnels in snowdrifts.
So far, that's the best one.
Just look at how quickly it made a road under the snow and comes up in the right place. Apparently, these animals have a GPS navigator built into their bodies. No other way.
No, I
At
believe
first,
that
you
one.
might think that we just decided to show you a beautiful landscape with an endless road. But it's not really a highway at all, but an irrigation canal swarmed with fish. Well, not really though. That man managed to catch just this monster.
Don't eat it.
It's time to break your
Bro,
head. What do you
don't eat
think
that.
this mechanism is for? Oh, it's just another Asian technology that we don't know anything about. This is how boats are transported in some countries. And we must say, it's really a brilliant idea. How much
I'm gonna be honest. That's if you ever had to like launch a boat into the water, I think something like this, maybe on like a slightly larger scale. This looks to be basically the size of like a John boat, maybe. But if we can make it so it could be slightly larger, that sounds like a great idea.
How much time and effort would it take to do the same thing annually? The most epic battles in history. Batman versus Superman. Kong versus Godzilla. And Turtle versus Blowfish? Turtles may be slow, but in a real fight, they can become a true Rambo. Although the fish isn't so far behind. Its main weapon is small needles, so its enemies quickly lose their desire to bite. Now we're going to show you an unusual method of slicing watermelon. Wait, but what does an exhibition of construction equipment have to do with it? It turns out that excavators are suitable for this task too.
Okay. Like to show
It
precision?
turns out that you can launch a
maybe?
ship like this. Just so
Okay.
you know, the excavator has loose sand under its wheels, and the ship weighs 10 times more than the excavator. But there are no ropes, splashes, and waves. Usually, ships are literally pushed into the sea from their parking lot, and that's why a mini tsunami happens on the shore every time. We finally found out how George Lucas created the iconic sounds from Star Wars. It turns out that he just asked this guy to tap on a steel cable. The rope is stretched so tightly that even the slightest vibrations create the sounds of a cosmic battle. But the most interesting thing happens when the echo from the blows comes back. It doesn't seem like a usual coincidence.
Let's hear it. Yeah, that's Star Wars.
During a competition, rally drivers must be ready for everything. And when we say for everything, we mean even such situations.
Break.
It seems that driving without a steering wheel is the same as swimming without water, but it turned out
did you
that a
not bolt it
professional
on?
could do it. So, since everything is so simple, maybe we don't need these steering wheels at all?
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to this man.
Another incongruous combination.
I'm gonna be honest. If you would have said that to me, I would have probably not believed it. So, I would say that's probably one of the ones that are just not believable for me mentally, at least. Like my brain can't, put that together.
Green June slopes and a powerful avalanche. Nature always brings surprises when you least expect them. Here's how you can save on fuel for your barge. Just load an excavator on it instead of a motor.
And push.
However, KB Lane would hardly approve of such a life hack. You'll still have to fill up the machine. The
Yeah, guys, I can only imagine. Rust, if it's salt water, forget about that machinery, bro. Don't do that.
offhandedness that can be envied. This monkey was just too lazy to go somewhere on foot, so it decided to take a free taxi. But the main star here is not the monkey, but that fella.
I mean, monkeys
Probably
play,
we
guys.
look the same for animals during our outdoor fitness classes.
Probably.
It turns out that some trees sometimes need to move to a new place of residence, and there are even special transportation services for this. Take a
Yeah, this sounds expensive. This sounds incredibly expensive.
look at how many people and equipment are involved in one such event. Seriously, they even blocked the street for this. Press like if you also thought that trees actually have a permanent residence permit for life. Many of us would want only one thing: to maintain
To
the
not
same
do that.
composure in any situation as this road jumper. What? Adrenaline? No, we haven't heard of it. The nightjar is the
No,
true
never.
master of disguise in the world of birds. And we're not talking about some little chick, but about that fella.
What is
Admit
that?
it, you didn't immediately notice that the bark of this tree is alive, did you?
Oh my god. No, I didn't. You got me. You got me on that one. But it's also not like unbelievable, because if it exists, then I don't know, bro. Gotta research it.
It seems that
And find
this guy
something
has
like that.
gotten a complete combo.
So
No
it's
safety
believable.
net, the motorcycle goes on a thin rope, and with the second person at the bottom. Maybe it'll show you a trick too?
It's believable.
Man,
Unfortunately.
just kidding.
Like these stunts have been performed for years.
This bird seems to have it all figured out. Not only did it deal with this piece of paper with surgical precision, but it also
Paper.
thought out a whole storage system for its trophies. Yes, with such skills, that's not a big deal to build a nest. When you are very late for work,
That is incredibly smart.
you are tempted to break a couple of traffic rules, but not that much. It's just interesting to see the reaction of drivers who were probably trying their best to stay awake at the wheel at that moment.
Oh wow.
Number
You go to jail, bro.
25. Strong,
With that video?
brutal men don't go to the car service if they accidentally rumpled the hood on their car in an accident. Why would they if they have a resourceful friend with his car and a pair of cables?
Bah voilà, elle est toute neuve. Regarde.
All you need to do is to
I
let
mean-
some gas go, and your car is as good as new.
That's not as good as new, but I mean, we've seen something like this before, I think, if you follow mechanic videos.
How do you know that basketball isn't your thing?
That's
3
believable.
seconds were enough for this guy to understand it. The moment when the guy really wanted to become Michael Jordan, but high-quality NBA rings have not yet been delivered to the college.
Hold on a second. Do you want to see some crazy stories from real life? Nothing dull, only action.
All right, guys. Some of these stories were, well, not stories. Some of these videos were absolutely believable. There was only one that would be for me completely unbelievable, but based off of the region, I guess it would probably make sense. Like if there are underwater volcanoes in Rwanda and carbon dioxide is turning into methane and somehow it's being ignited, then that would make all the sense in the world. But if you were to tell me, hey, this lake is on fire, I'd be like, what do you mean by that? Like, what is the actual ignition source? But the fact that they explained it, it is now believable. But that was still, no doubt, the most intriguing video of this set for me personally. Right. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.